roll.
Super ready, excited for the day. It's going to be an amazing day. Back to the
Follow.
We need more filming. Camera two. Best show ever in front of Well, hello out there in TV land.
How are you doing?
This is Erinn.
This is Dan.
And together we are Erinn and Dan. And it is National ASMR Day.
Which means you sit there and let us just caress your ear canals.
Yes. Do you know that this day was chosen for National ASMR Day on April 9th? Because it is very important that autonomous sensory meridian response.
Which I have, by the way.
He does. This is really good for him right
This is
now.
the second time that little thumbs up has happened in this bubble, and I'm about to lose my mind. I know I don't sound like it. That's three. I'm about to go on a rampage and commit a lot of violent acts.
I wonder why it's happening.
I don't know, but it's really conflicting with my energy that I'm putting out. See if I can do this again. No, see. Oh, there. Okay, that's not. I can't do it anymore.
I was going to say.
I can't do it
Listen,
anymore.
ladies and gentlemen, whispering is not our forte.
Okay, look.
Let's try that again. My name is Erinn.
My name is Dan.
And together we are
Erinn and Dan.
And this is
Erinn and Dan.
But it's live.
Which it's Erinn and Dan, but it's live.
That's our show.
We're
So
live now.
Right now, there's so many of you out there. Go ahead and comment and say howdy ho and howdy going. And if you're just joining us for the first time, thank you so much.
If any of you say Heidi ho and how you going, I'm booting you from the stream.
I've said it before. I started playing pickleball with my mother, and I've started saying all these things like golly wally and gee whiz when I miss the ball. And I mean, it's better than cursing with all the old people I play with.
I feel like
They're
that's
not
pretty
old.
on brand for you. Not my canals, says Lepcats.
Oh, I don't know what that means. Oh, canals.
But it is a National ASMR Day.
It is.
And I know we all know that ASMR, what it's kind of become known as in the internet culture, which is a lot of like kind of nice, gentle sounds really close to the microphone, people eating or scrubbing your hair.
Or going like this.
But I have had my entire life this thing, which I have now learned is called ASMR. I learned this several years ago, where certain sounds give me this like pleasurable like tingle up my body. I can't describe it, but so I used to sit in class, and when kids would flip pages in like study hall when it was quiet, the page flipping would just make me and I was like, it was great.
What about nails on the chalkboard?
God, I hate that. Why would you say that?
I don't know. I see. I don't have ASMR, but two things really bothered me. One was when somebody would write on the chalkboard and then the chalk would be gone and then like their fingernails would go by. And then the other thing that was really bad was whenever like I would hear teeth on wood, which is kind of a problem since this one right here loves to suck on toothpicks.
Well, it could have. I just enjoy wood. Wood is my element. I don't like metal, but I'll chew that out of some wood toothpicks.
You guys, guess what else it is? Why do you think we have these things on our heads? I almost couldn't find my own.
Ew, don't touch it that way.
I shouldn't
Stop
do that.
it.
I'm so
what are you
sorry.
doing? I hate it.
I didn't
You're
mean
upsetting
to.
our guest from the lobby.
You know, we shouldn't. I didn't mean to. But it is National Unicorn Day. You guys, I love unicorns so much. This holiday started in 2015, and the unicorn has been depicted as a symbol of grace and purity, with a horn to hold the power to cleanse poisonous water and to heal sickness.
Whoa.
I know.
That's an official statement?
It is an official statement.
Released by who?
The people who made National Unicorn Day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's a holiday that's been around since 2015. You know what's really sad?
What?
Narwhals, which are real.
Narwhals,
Which are real. I didn't realize narwhals were real until like 3 years ago. That was a big thing in my adult life. Anyway, what's really sad is the Norse people used to take narwhal horns off and sell them as unicorn horns. Oh,
it's not sad because the Norse people are cool.
Well,
Hey, Bruce, what you mean? What are you saying, Bruce?
you guys.
Check that out.
Oh, I don't think that this is an appropriate thing to
It's
say,
probably because
Bruce.
of the way you gripped your horn earlier.
Oh, time to look at the eclipse again. Well, we are going to talk about that in just a second. For now, what is everybody drinking out there? Go ahead and type in the comments what you're drinking.
Oh, yeah, because it's long past time. Today, we are drinking milk.
And here's why.
There's a couple of reasons.
One, milk is delicious.
Two, we're kind of nutrient deprived from living in our car for the last 3 days, driving up and down to New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And three, we're going to be doing the most insane wreck your mouth later on in this episode. And while I'm old and now hot sauce, really, really incredibly hot peppers upset my tummy. So I'm trying to pregame with some nice cold protein-enriched milk.
You guys, it's going to be insane. So stick around for that. This is the most insane hot sauce we've ever done. So we're pre-gaming now because I had an ulcer last year and I don't want to not make it through the show.
Hey, but you know what? You will.
Before we toast, though, we do have something to bring in. Every week, we like to feature a different friend of ours, and we have so many talented friends, musicians, and singers. And so we try to put together a little something every week called Time Now for a Toast.
Ooh, that one's going to need a little help. Toast and jam. A toast and a jam. And today's toast and jam comes to a close friend from the show.
Yes.
And someone that Erinn has known for many, many years.
That's right. Jennifer Brown, a.k.a. Jennifer Johnson, before she got married. She is a beauty queen, a pageant lover, and a wonderful woman. And
Wait, see, where does the comma fall on that? Is she a pageant lover or is she a pageant? A lover.
Ooh. You know what? You should always be careful where you put your punctuation marks.
Because people have gone to jail for less.
It's so hard to not drink this milk right now. So let's bring Jennifer on.
People down here think I'm crazy. Well, I don't care. Trials and tribulations, you know I've had my share. But there ain't nothing gonna stop me now, 'cause I'm almost there. Cheers to all the dreamers and wishers out there. Especially these two, Erinn and Dan. These guys are a shining and amazing positive vortex of dreaming and wishing, and proof that with a little hard work, your dreams can come true. So always remember, just keep dreaming. And like Walt Disney said, it's kind of fun to do the impossible. Cheers!
Cheers to you, Jennifer. Clink! Now, I have to say, I do take the real life hack is not working hard, but finding a wife that works hard enough for two so that you can spend all your time just around.
You just not even true.
What?
You work so hard.
Nope.
Do you know? Okay, let me tell you, first of all, happy toast. Thank you, Jennifer,
Yes, thank you very
for
much.
joining us. That was from The Princess and the Frog, by the way, my favorite Disney movie because I feel a little bit like Tiana. I love her so much.
And now if we get a lawsuit and a cease and desist from the Disney Corporation for this podcast, Jennifer, we will think on you every day that we're shelling out our shekels to the pockets of the Walt Disney Foundation who really need it.
Let's stop saying the D word.
Sorry.
Because they're going to find us.
Sorry.
Disney's out there, people. Yeah. I love Disney. On the other hand, here's what we did. The last 48 hours were insane. We decided to chase the eclipse because this one right here is a award-winning photographer.
Twice, 2 awards.
He did. He won 2 awards. But still, he's an award-winning photographer. And we wanted to chase the eclipse. So we decided to drive. And we went and found the clearest skies we could
on the morning that we left on Saturday. We looked in the clearest guaranteed skies. We were starting to go towards Burlington, Vermont. But then it started to look like Burlington was going to get overcast during the time of the eclipse. So we ended up
going
all the way up to northern New Hampshire, about probably an hour from the Canadian border.
And it was amazing.
In a little town called Colebrook.
Tiny little town. And there was a plant shop there. We went into the plant shop on Eclipse Day.
Which, if you're in the musical theater, know, I-K-Y-K.
It's not a good idea.
I-Y-K-Y.
What are you saying?
Never mind.
Either way, it was so much fun. We drove, we slept in the car, we got there. Dan set up this amazing camera equipment and then got the Dan Beckman Photography Photo of the Week. Are you ready?
I don't know if any of you have seen Totality before. If you have, let us know in the chat, but it is a pretty insane experience. And the pictures are do not do it justice. But
in fact, should we show them the video?
Yeah, but I didn't upload it. So
we won't show them the
So
video.
no.
Just know that we were freaking out at this moment. And check out this picture that Dan got.
This is my first crack at capturing totality on a camera.
Oh, so amazing.
There's a lot that goes into shooting the key moments of a total eclipse. And there's a lot of bouncing through settings and things like that. And I've been practicing leading up to, because there's a moment called the diamond ring effect and Bailey's beads that you can look into that happens just during C2, which is when the eclipse just fully occludes the moon. It was about a 4-second window to capture these moments. And I had all my settings set up, had prepared, flipped them over from C1 settings to C2 settings. And literally as the sun went into totality, my camera literally froze.
It was not good.
My insanely expensive piece of professional photography equipment
and
froze.
Weeks of research.
Yeah.
So anyway, what was really exciting though is when it happened, it was a really beautiful day. It was so warm. We didn't even have jackets on. We brought our jackets out there, thank God, because when it went to full totality, it got freezing cold so quickly. It was surreal. And then we were in this field with all these random strangers around us that we didn't know, and we were all just screaming and clapping for this beauousul thing of nature.
But it was kind of like a music festival. Like you got to know everybody who was there. There was another North Carolinian there.
Yeah.
Here's a shot, a composite I made of the entire process. I got every moment of the eclipse from full sun to totality back to full sun. And this is kind of, obviously, this is a composite, but this is what all the phases kind of looked like as we moved through them with totality in the center.
He took a picture every 5 minutes, and he had this really cool thing on his camera that was, well,
Were you looking for it?
I was looking for it.
It's in your potato salad dish in the truck. I just found it.
Is it?
Yeah.
We literally just drove through the night to get home. But it was really cool because he put the filter on it just in time, and then he had to take it off when we got to take our glasses off, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe definitely top 5 experiences of my whole life.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's crazy because I was talking to Erinn about how, when as you get older, those moments of true awe and a new experience become fewer and fewer and fewer. And I mean, not like, oh, it's the first time I've seen this movie. I mean, this is the first time I've seen a movie.
Right.
This is the first time I've heard, a rock concert or whatever it might be. And these moments become fewer and fewer as you get older. And this eclipse was absolutely one of those moments.
I don't know when we're going to have another moment like this. It's so funny. As soon as it ended, I just wanted to see it one more time.
Yeah.
It was like 3.5 minutes where we were of just this unbelievable. Oh, and by the way, there was a 360-degree sunset. It was all around us. You would
During
look
totality.
around, and during totality, all you could see was a sunset all around you.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was wild.
Oh.
The next one in the United States is in 2044. And get this, as it creeps, it's coming down from the north. It's going to set, where it's going to happen at sunset in Montana. So y'all meet me in the mountains. We're getting the landscape shot with the setting ecliptic sun against Montana bear tooths.
Wait.
Unless I'm
gonna be
too old,
amazing.
and then I'll stay home and play video games. Or
You
something.
will not be too old. Dan.
Yeah.
It is time because I have been learning this year.
Oh, this is my favorite part.
Ladies and gentlemen, I decided that in my 39th year of life, I was going to get smarter. And so I have 365 days. Actually, technically it's 366 days because it was a leap year.
Enough with the existentialism in the comments, y'all.
I love it.
We need a
Yeah,
little bit more positivity.
exactly. And if you don't want to wait 20 years, you can go to Iceland in 2 years.
Yep.
Because there's going to be a total eclipse there.
Definitely worth.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Anyway,
y'all.
Erinn, you were learning.
Yes, I learn one thing a day. And what I learned this week is on April 2nd. This is crazy, Dan.
Okay.
I learned that 7% of all of the people who ever lived are currently alive.
What?
So there have been just over 108 billion members of the Homo sapiens species on the planet for the last 50,000 years. So that means that 7% of all of the people that have ever lived are alive right now. We're a baby species.
That's insane.
I know.
And that really says more about population growth than it does at our age. Because 50,000 years, we shouldn't have 7% of our population alive in one 50,000th of our time frame.
That's a good point.
Oopsies.
Okay, on April 3rd, I learned that
Go on.
human corpses can move more than 1 year after death. Yeah.
What?
Dead humans move on their own more than 1 year after the person passes away due to the body's ligaments drying out, shrinking, and contracting.
Oh, so it's not like a quick
not
move.
like,
It's like a
hey.
slow
It's
move.
like-
Well, then I argue they move long after that because the flesh decomposes and the insects eat the nutrients and
Crazy,
put it back
right?
in the earth.
It's bizarre. On April 4th, I learned that comets are beautiful. However, they smell like rotten eggs, urine, burning matches, and almonds.
Oh, that's just our household on a Friday.
That's because of the hydrogen sulfide, and it makes up comets. And in fact, promotional postcards were even commissioned in 2016 carrying the pungent scent
Really?
of a comet.
For the 4D experience,
Isn't that weird?
I was here.
All right. On April 5th, I learned that giraffes hum to communicate with each other.
The perspective of this photo is very strange. It makes it like there's a couple of like pinky-sized giraffes underneath that big, gigantic one.
They're just in the distance.
I
They're all the
understand.
same height.
I
You should
understand
know.
optics. I'm a photographer.
You are. But yes, giraffes, when they want to communicate with each other, they hum. And that's how they communicate with each other. It's said that it's like a contact call between individuals, and some researchers think that they sleep talk too.
What's up, Raymond Signal? How you doing,
Oh my
man?
gosh, great to see
Welcome
you,
to the
Ray.
show. Oh, by the way, thank you for you all tuning in. We like to see you each and every week, and it's good to see new faces, and it's great to see familiar friends. So thanks for being here every
Absolutely.
Tuesday night. What you got, Erinn?
Okay, on April 6th, I learned that Lego bricks, this is cool, Lego bricks withstand compression better than concrete.
What?
Yes, an ordinary plastic Lego brick is able to support the weight of 375,000 other bricks before it fails. Theoretically, you could build a tower nearing 3.5 kilometers in height, scaling this to house-sized bricks, but it would cost too much.
What is that in America lengths?
I don't know.
Okay, next.
And then the last thing I learned this week, two more. On April 7th, I learned that Coca-Cola, this is so cool. In 2006, Coca-Cola, an employee, offered to sell Coca-Cola secrets to Pepsi, and Pepsi responded by notifying Coca-Cola.
No way.
Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, and they say there's no honor among bubbly carbonated sugar drink producers.
On Unicorn Day, I really wanted to share something good about corporate America with you, Dan.
Thank you for doing that. That is something good about corporate America. Truly a unicorn.
And the last thing I learned yesterday, this is so cool. On April 8th, Costco sells enough toilet paper per year to wrap around the world 1,200 times.
What?
Yeah,
Well, that's because 1/7 of the population is pooping too much.
they are. And you are one of them.
Yes. I poop the right amount for the amount that I put in my body.
Well, that's good. Dan, you've been playing a video game this week.
Speaking of unicorn, has anyone been playing Unicorn Overlord? Terrible name. Wonderful game. Wow. It's an excellent strategy game, tactical strategy game, unlike anything I've ever played before. If you've played the old Ogre Battle games, either on the Super Nintendo or Ogre Battle 64 on the Nintendo 64, it's along those lines where you kind of, instead of like moving individual people around a grid and using attacks, you set up these little battalions that have pre-programmed attacks and abilities that trigger if certain conditions are met. So it's kind of like programming a tiny little battle computer and then putting it against other little battle computers. And there's like type advantages and strategic vantage points and stuff. It's really, really fun. If you like strategy games, you should definitely check this out.
Who is that girl, Sharon, and why does she look really sad when she won?
Sharon is a white mage.
Oh.
Selby is over next to her, and she's a babe, first of all.
But it says win, and Sharon looks depressed.
Well, you also don't like the way Pikachu looks when he wins at Smash. So
No, I don't.
You're not an authority on the matter. Check out Unicorn Overlord on the Nintendo Switch or any system, but it's great on the Switch.
I think you should.
Yeah.
I will say I don't play Unicorn Overlord, but I do hear the music of it, and it's pretty great. That's how I always judge video games. Okay, so as you all know, I've been learning a fact today, but Dan has been deep diving into a musical artist every single week this week. We have had some really amazing experiences, and this week was the one and only David Bowie.
Yeah, so I picked David Bowie this week because of his contributions to music are enormous, right? And I've never really given him much of the time and attention that he deserves. He's known as like this sort of chameleon who's reinvented himself and his style and his persona over and over and over throughout history. Any David Bowie fans out there? I chose him this week because we're going to be in the car so much because he's got quite a catalog. And here's the thing. The thing that I'm finding is difficult with this music project is that it's when you're absorbing a catalog of like 28 albums by David Bowie, for example, all of which have like a theme and a concept behind them. It's really hard to digest them and give them their due course and appreciation. And so like, I just wish there was more time to do it. But David Bowie's pretty wild. He started in kind of a Sgt. Pepperish era of music and then moved into basically invented or popularized the glam rock and then made a lot of like sort of more pop rock. He explored drum and bass. He explored almost like 90s hip hop kind of things. Some more like guitar rock. He's been all over the map.
And look at those pants. I feel like if him and Lady Gaga got together and put an outfit together, it would be something beyond measure.
Mate, this ain't ASMR. It was at the beginning, though.
That's right.
It was.
It was, I promise.
I probably should have titled the episode something more indicative of the entire episode and not just the first 3 minutes.
That's true.
This is for you, Judah.
Now there's a lot of people tuning in that just thought this was an ASMR show.
You're not whispering enough.
But Judah, if you want to come back another time, we will do it. Thanks for joining us, Judah. We're excited you're here. Appreciate you being here.
Anyway, David Bowie, the Thin White Duke, Ziggy Stardust, Aladdin Sane, my personal favorite Bowie iteration. Champion of the people. Let me hear it from the David Bowie people out there. And who's inspired by David Bowie?
I'll say David Bowie, I didn't really know that much about him. I've heard some of his hits, obviously, and I knew that he was inspiring, but I didn't realize how different he was. I mean, if you listen to the first David Bowie album and then you listen to the last, you have no idea it's the same person, in my opinion.
You know what, though? Most David Bowie fans kind of don't consider that first album part of his canon.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really know why. I mean, it's just as quirky as everything else he did, if not more so.
Great.
It's super fun.
I prefer it, but I'm also a Monkees fan, and I like simple music.
Well, part of it is, it's not simple, though. It's definitely not simple.
There's one that's like, I'm a rubber band, I'm a rubber band. I don't remember that song, but...
Do you remember how it goes?
No.
See?
Do you?
No, but you would if it was simple. His
true.
music,
Good
like
point.
Philip Glass said that David Bowie is exceptionally good at making music that sounds simple but is actually complex.
I like that.
You are right, Carrie, and that might be the way I go. But now I'm in a numbers game. Right?
Is. It was literally on like hour 20 of driving yesterday, and he's like, "I have listened to 8 David Bowie albums." And I was like, "Oh,
just
dude.
while she was sleeping." Yeah,
it was impressive.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
I enjoyed this week a lot. David was higher on my list. I have ranked Dan's artists because I hear them secondhand, and he was higher on my list. He dropped 2 artists after his last few albums, but I still love him, and he's still pretty high up there.
His end of career stuff. By the way, I fell asleep today because I wanted to come home and finish it. So I didn't get to hear Black Star.
But he's going to listen to it tonight.
Which is, a lot of people would say one of his most important albums. So I can't talk about that now, but hey, something to look forward to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what else is something to look forward to?
Yes. And it comes one and the same. That's what's cool is like you kind of see their life story and how their experiences and their interactions influence the music that they created. And I started this project because I'm dumb. And I don't know enough about like musicians and things like that. So now I've got this kind of web and network of understanding of these people and how they contributed to the genre.
It's impressive. And it's really neat because Prince is a great example. When the week he did Prince, I'd always enjoyed Prince music enough and it was great. But listening to him and going in depth with what he did and all of the instruments he's played and then watching him live and then watching his Super Bowl performance, I was like, wow, this is amazing. And it's introduced me to different genres of music. Because I was mostly an oldies musical theater type gal. Jazz hands are required.
You were mostly the music that you heard between the age of 5 and 14.
That's true.
And that was it.
Yeah, I never grew out of that because then I was just working the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Speaking of working, you know what it's time for?
Oh, is it actually?
You guys, if you're thinking about tuning out, don't, because we are about to show you the reason that we toasted with milk today.
It's time to your mouth.
Whoa!
What?
All right, well, that kind of seems deliberately misleading. Wreck your mouth.
We have been sent a hot sauce by our good friend, Josh
Lillyman, who was a guest on the show a while back. If you are from Kearney, Nebraska, you probably know this guy. This is a sauce called The End Flatline. We call it a sauce.
It's not a sauce.
It's not a
an
sauce.
Extract.
It's an extract, which is why it's in a tiny bottle.
I am pre-gaming with my Lanta because I had an ulcer last year.
And I'm pre-gaming with milk because now I get what's called cat cramps, which are things that happen after you eat extremely hot peppers, and they make you feel like, well, you're dying.
But we love hot food.
We love hot food. Let me tell you something. Just for example, do you know what the Scoville scale is? The Scoville scale is the metric by which heat is measured in hot foods and peppers. I'm not sure if you can see this. Let's see if I can get a little bit bigger. Way down at the bottom is a bell pepper has, and they're ranked in units called Scovilles. Bell peppers have 0 Scovilles. Your jalapeno, which is something that everyone has experienced, has somewhere between like 3,000 and 8,000 Scovilles. And that climbs all the way up to a Carolina Reaper, which has between 1 million, 1.8 and 2.2 million Scoville units. Reaper is the hottest, well, not really the hottest pepper, but until very recently was the hottest pepper on Earth. And now it's been replaced. But a Reaper is extremely hot, as you know, at around 2 million Scovilles. We tried the end years ago at a place called Pepper Palace.
Getting into this.
Mm-hmm. And they make you sign a waiver. You have a pea-sized amount on a spoon. They make you sign a waiver because the end was 6 million Scovilles, 3 times as hot as a Carolina Reaper pepper.
So we signed the waiver. We tried it. We were in the Mall of America, and I almost passed out. And then I started doing this, which was a bad idea because oh God, that's a lot.
Where's the other spoon?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited
I'll give
right
you a
now.
little bit less.
That's a good idea because I'm actually
I'm
a
not.
little terrified. Woohoo, it's all good. Do you know what? What is a live show but for doing things like this?
Listen, so we had it. It was and probably still is the hottest thing we've ever eaten, and we've eaten a lot of hot things. At 6 million Scovilles, 3 times as hot as a Carolina Reaper. This is the newest iteration of the end. We should share this spoon. That's a lot. The end flatline is 7 million Scovilles. So a full half Reaper hotter than the previous iteration. This is going to suck.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. But I'm ready. And
by the way, they recommend if you really like spicy food, you put a pea-sized amount in like 8 gallons of chili, and it'll give you a really spicy chili. That's how concentrated this is.
People are warning me not to do it. Don't worry. I just chugged so much Mylanta. By the way, this new flavor, chocolate mint Mylanta, I highly recommend it. And they didn't even pay me to say that.
Okay. This is a wreck your mouth. By the way, if you send us a hot sauce, we will consume it. And there are extracts that go up to, I think, 13 million Scovilles. This is 7 million Scovilles.
I'm not going to lie. I'm actually a little scared right now.
I'm a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to make it happen.
Yes, we are.
You want to try it?
Cheers to all the good things in the world and to living life to the fullest. Here we go. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. That is so hot. And it's just going to keep going. It tastes... The flavor... Okay, so here's the thing. You're not after this sauce for the flavor, right? You're after it for the heat.
Holy mother of...
But they actually put ideas... They actually put thought into the way this tastes. It tastes better than the end did. The end flatline. The end flat. It's kind of smoky. You can taste the roasting in the peppers.
Oh my God! I need to milk.
The ingredients are Reaper peppers are the first ingredient. So the first ingredient is a pepper extract. Here comes the hiccups.
Oh my God!
And then the next ingredient is capsaicin extract. Capsaicin, if you don't know, excuse me. Capsaicin is I can't talk. It's the element in peppers that make peppers spicy. And these extracts use pure capsaicin. Pure capsaicin has a Scoville rating of 13 million. Oh, geez. 13 million Scovilles. I'm not suffering from the heat all that much, actually. But I can't stop hiccuping. It's hot.
I am suffering from the heat.
It's hot, but
I actually can't sit still in my seat.
That'll keep you alive. Oh, the hiccups are brutal. I can't. My unicorn hearts keep slipping.
Can I tell you something?
It's honestly less the pain for me, and these hiccups are brutal.
No, the pain is real.
It is hot. It's hot. My eyes are watering.
Don't touch your
eyes.
Well,
this is from Josh Lilliman. The end flatline.
I don't think he's tuned in.
Thanks, Josh, for this and for not tuning in to watch us suffer through your.
He told me.
Oof, I haven't hit the milk yet.
I'm out of my milk.
Do you want to get some more?
Mm-hmm.
You want to run?
I do.
Go get some more. Fill this up
Goodbye.
too, just in case I start getting cat cramps. Y'all. Okay. Very, very hot. Not unreasonably crazy, unbearably hot, but very, very hot. And the hiccups are really hurting me right now. Has anyone out there really like hot food? If so, what's your favorite heat sauce? We've had some good ones on this show. This is not a sauce again. This is an extract.
I will say, I'm still having fun. I need that. I haven't poured my glass.
Oh, I thought you were just going to share this one.
No, I need my own.
I haven't hit the milk yet, and I don't want to till the food fades. But it's kicking me in the throat. That's the worst part about Reaper peppers, is that when you start to breathe, the saliva peppers the back of the throat, and it just really makes it hard to concentrate because you're getting stabbed in the throat. The burn from a Reaper is very distinctive. It's sharp.
Thank you all for sticking with us through that.
Woo!
I think that was maybe the...
Yes. You wouldn't put this on food. This isn't like a put it on your tacos sauce. This is a put it into your
entire
industrial vat of chili if you like really, really hot food. I will say, this is not as bad as I remembered it, and it's hotter.
Are you kidding me?
But keep in mind, when we first tried this in probably 2019, we hadn't had as much excuse me. Did you give me one of those paper towels?
Yeah.
We hadn't had as much experience with hot food, so we've come a long way since then.
I will say,
again, the brutal part for me isn't the heat. I mean, the heat's brutal, but
you have cap cramps right now?
No. Do you?
That's good. No, I never get cap cramps. I'm crying, but I'm happy. I promise.
Oh, the wedding beer. If you don't know, we got married in October, and a local brewery helped me brew a beer, an IPA that was brewed with actual Carolina Reapers. Very, very hot. I'm gonna take a sip of this because
I just drank so much
right
milk.
on the throat. That's good.
That
that's
so
better.
Good.
All right, y'all. That wasn't as insane as I was expecting.
So anyway, Dan also had at the wedding a hot sauce bar where you could go, and he called it the Table of Pain.
Yep. And it was ranked kind of like in hot ones where you get them from a lighter, a softer glow all the way up to the biggest burn.
We discussed doing this at the end of the show after our guest, and I've got to wish we had that.
No, this is going to be great. Give us something to talk about.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it was a hot beer, and it was really, really hot and really tasty. I ended up bringing a growler home, and I liked it so much that I drank it by the glass in the days following.
And actually, Smokin' Ed
Curry,
who is the creator of the Carolina Reaper, we got to know him because he was going to come to our Letters from Home tour. And we asked him if we could have the Pepper X, which has not been put out on the market yet. And his legal department wouldn't let us have it.
He wanted to give us dried peppers with the seeds are benign, but they still wouldn't let us. But he's a nice guy.
And in a few weeks, we are probably going to go to his pepper farm.
What is helium beer?
Whoa, I've never
Does
heard
it
of
actually have
beer.
helium in it, and like it's carbonated with helium, and it makes your voice go down? That's wild.
Well, Caitlin, you're here just in time because I know you are going to know our very special guest coming at you right now. This woman has been in my life for a long, long time. Paulin Cobrda is an actress and director from North Carolina. Her resume is long, but local highlights include Anything Goes by the Livestock Players, the beautiful Carolina Theater, MAME, Hello Dolly, Side by Side by Sondheim, Annie, Gypsy, Sweeney Todd, you name it, she's probably been in it.
Regionally, you may have seen Pauline on tour with Little Women, which is a musical that I adore, or in professional productions of Funny Girl, Fiddler on the Roof, Into the Woods, Beauty and the Beast, and Ragtime, one of my all-time favorite musicals.
She has directed hundreds of shows, including Falsettos, Fiddler on the Roof, Music Man, Sound of Music, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Children of Eden, Damn Yankees, and she is forever indebted to Lou Rackoff, Pedro Silva, and David Bishop. She has been associated with the North Carolina Shakespeare Festival for years and years, which is where we met many, many, many years ago. And she was also in the recently reincarnated production of Goodly Frames Christmas Carol.
She's taught theater for the American Hebrew Academy for 13 years, and her best productions to date are her daughters, Jennifer and Julie, who are art lovers, and her son, Jonathan, who is also a performer. She lives in Greensboro with her amazing husband, John, and her newly adopted beagle, Ruby. I didn't know about Ruby. Please welcome to the show. Put your digital hands together for our very close friend, a little ray of sunshine,
Paulin Cobrda.
Y'all are crazy.
welcome to the show, Pauline.
A well-deserved standing ovation for you, Pauline.
Oh my God, just reading all those shows made me tired.
Oh, I know. That's too much theater, some would say.
Never too much theater.
I agree with you, Pauline.
Never, ever too much theater.
How you doing today?
Listen, that segment about the hot sauce just kind of did me in.
Did it? You want to try it? We can send you.
Oh, hell to the no.
Wow.
It was intense. This is the most intense thing I've ever eaten in a small period of time.
I was suffering for you.
It was crazy. I'm actually still like very warm.
I've come down, but let me tell you
Are
what
your
it was.
hiccups gone, Dan?
Yes, that was the worst part. I couldn't talk.
It was kind of cute.
It was painful to watch. Painful.
Well, that's what we go for.
Never have I ever left the podcast, but I needed more milk. There was no way around it.
No, there was no way around it.
Pauline, thank you for being here on the show. We appreciate you taking the time.
Yes, we do.
I've been so entertained by watching you all.
Oh, that's good.
I'm going to have to tune in every week.
I think you should. Tuesdays at 8 p.m. And you can follow us there, and there.
Well, I think I already do that.
That's true.
But sometimes I'm already in bed.
Pauline,
this is a great show to watch from bed.
Rumor has it you have a new beagle.
Yes.
Yes, and actually she just she was in bed, and then she heard me talking, so she's come and sat next to me in her bed, and she's sleeping.
Oh, can you bring her on stream? You don't want to. I don't want you to disturb her, but let's see that little pup.
Oh my goodness! Hi, how are you, sweet baby?
Ruby.
Hi, Ruby.
Can you see her?
Yeah.
Can you see her? She's so beautiful, and we're
I love her.
We feel so lucky to have her.
We have a few dogs watching today. We always have our two-legged
Don't
audience.
say that about your friends, Erinn.
Hey, if my friends were dogs, I'd like them more. Let's be honest.
True. Dogs are my spirit animals.
I have something to share with your audience
Oh,
members.
please.
So Erinn and I go back many years.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't know if you can see little Erinn.
That's baby
Look
Erinn
at
with
baby
the pigtails.
Oh, my ring light is reflecting it. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not that you're a true
Actually,
professional.
this is Erinn through the years.
Man.
This is how long I've known Erinn.
That's wild.
And loved her. And as you can see by the costuming, this was all through the years of A Christmas Carol with the North Carolina Shakespeare Festival.
10 whole years.
Which she mentioned. Only 10?
10 for me, 25 for you,
Not since those pictures.
Well, yeah. But it is counting. But so I watched Erinn grow up, and she actually, she can do all the crafts and all the things, with the crafts. And so she made this for me. I guess the year that she was leaving the Christmas Carol. I'm not really sure what year it was. I don't even know what year we're in right now. But she made that for me, and it comes out every holiday season and sits with my decorations every year. So
Aww.
I love that you still have that and you still put that on that. That's amazing.
Of course, it's very special to me. Just
on
like
my tree, I have a picture of you and Jonathan, because Jonathan and I used to always spend time together in between shows baking cookies. And I have a picture of the two of you on our tree. When we have a tree, we haven't had a tree in our home.
We're not often stationary to have a tree, and we won't this year either, I guess.
Actually,
we might
no
not.
excuses. No excuses.
We could strap one to the top of the truck and just travel with it.
Now we always do make a little something. Like we were in Kearney, Nebraska last year doing Elf, and we had a great decor in the room. So we always take it, even if we're staying at the year before we were at a Hampton Inn. Inn?
Best Western.
And we decorated the heck out of that. So it was great.
Yeah.
When I do shows out of town, I always either go and buy an artificial tree and have it in the cast house for everybody, so that we can all enjoy a little piece of home for Christmas.
That's so nice.
Well, there's a lot of people that know you out there, according to the comments, and I think
Really? Oh,
We got at least Danny Thal, who I think is tuning into the show for maybe the first time.
Hello, Danny. Danny's been in a few shows that I've directed before, and he and I go back pretty far too. It's one thing about living in the triad, you know. You watch people and they stay around, and you don't see them for a few years, and then Danny and I saw each other for the first time in 20 years at your show at the High Point Theater.
Hey!
No way.
That's
Yep.
amazing.
And he walked up to me and I said, who is this man? And I looked, and I mean, because he's a man, and he had his son with him. Who, yep, that's me crying. And he had his son with him. Who? That's how I remembered Danny. And I looked into Danny's eyes when I was trying to figure out who he was, and he had the beautiful, smiling eyes, and I looked at him and I went, Danny, oh my gosh. And we've seen each other a couple of times since. So it was a wonderful reunion. And I love show people because we don't have to see each other for years, and yet we can come right back to where we were.
You get together and it's like you never left.
So true.
Right.
And
Exactly.
I specifically chose that picture of you, Pauline, because I have turned into this woman. This is me at every single one of my spring theater shows when my babies are on stage doing a good job.
Take that picture away. That was at my son's college graduation.
Oh, no doubt. That was me not at your son's college graduation.
But I think the few times you've seen me and Pauline together, we just look at each other and we start bawling.
Yeah. Which is an effect I wish I had on people.
It's I used to people don't get it sometimes. Especially you younger people.
Yeah.
You don't understand the sensitivity of our hearts. And so now I don't make excuses for it anymore. I just say that my heart is overflowing and it's going out my eyes.
Oh, that's really nice.
Because my tears really don't come from sadness. They come from pride and love. And anyway, I don't make excuses about who I am anymore.
So do you have any advice to someone who might, do you have any some advice for how to soften up a calloused, shut off, closed, and emotionally bereft heart? Asking for a friend.
Asking for Erinn, perhaps?
It's just somebody.
I always say just be yourself.
I love that.
Be the way God made you, and don't ever make excuses for it.
Absolutely. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Well, Pauline, Dan,
yes,
I have put together something for the both of you.
What is it? Is it a present?
It's not a present exactly. In fact, it's a game that we like to call.
Excuse me. I think I just had a little bit of the soft come back up.
Way too intense.
Fine.
Much better.
Yeah, this is fun. Drop the needle.
Drop the needle.
It is our version of
Name That Tune. And so what I have today is a theater edition of Drop the Needle. And this is going to be a Name That Tune for both of you. All you have to do is name that tune. So I have little snippets. Some are easier, some are harder. And we will start with Pauline. If Pauline gets it correct, Pauline will get 1 point.
Woo!
However, I don't think that was the right sound effect for 1 point.
Wait. Do we have a point sound effect?
Pauline will get 1 point. However, if she's incorrect, then Dan will have a chance to steal. So
we need a new sound effects guy.
Yeah,
You're fired.
You're fired.
Miguel.
Yeah, go home, Miguel.
There's no David Bowie in this, is there?
No.
Ooh, if there is,
There is. Dan would have done very well.
I'm gonna be shown for the fraud that I am.
All right, Pauline, this first one is all yours. And all you have to do is name the show, and let's see.
And audience, feel free to play along. Let's see if you know these ones as well. It's all musical theater, correct?
At least I didn't fake it.
Oh.
I guess I didn't make it. Get ready for me, love, because I'm a coma.
And the show is
Funny Girl.
Yay!
I did that show.
Well done.
Nicely done, Pauline.
Thank
1
you.
point for Pauline, 0 point.
Sorry, our slide guy's fired too.
He is. Dan, you have a chance to catch up
Okay.
with this song.
All right. That is Les Miserables.
Woo!
Isn't it?
It is correct.
Woo!
Nicely played. Nicely done.
Come on,
All
Bill, you
right.
got it.
That is 1 point for either of you. Not either of you. Both of you.
The Anthrax rock opera is next.
the metalhead. Oh, are you a metalhead, Bill?
Are you a metalhead, Bill?
I didn't know. All right, here comes the next tune for you, Pauline. See if you can name this one. It's a little bit more modern.
My dad keeps 2 suitcases packed in the den, so it's only a matter of when.
Could you hear that?
I only heard a matter of when.
Yeah, you got to get it close.
My dad keeps 2 suitcases packed in the den, so it's only a matter of when.
Oh dear.
Do you know?
know, it ain't South Pacific or The Sound of Music.
It's not quite South Pacific.
It's not Fun Home. It's not. It's not. I don't know.
Well, Dan.
Any guesses?
He's got a great voice.
He does.
Nobody has a great voice except me.
Dan, you have a chance to
What is that
see
from?
I don't know, but I think it might be what is it? The Kimberly Akimbo?
That is not correct. The correct answer is, does anybody know out there in the chat?
Is
Oh.
it
Did they get it?
Newsies?
No, it's not Next to Normal, Susan.
Is it Dear Evan Hansen?
It is not. I thought it was Dear Evan Hansen. Is actually Heathers.
Oh.
I don't know Heathers.
But I think
No, I don't like Heathers.
You don't like it?
Ooh, that's going to get me notes. I'm sure I'm going to get comments about that one.
no worries there. All
No.
right. This next tune comes to you, Dan.
Okay.
Can you name this tune?
Well, that sounds so Lin-Manuel Miranda.
What do you think it is?
But is that 6?
It is 6.
I know that's not Lin-Manuel Miranda, but I just had a very Lin-Manuel inspired though. I don't know 6 very well.
Well, you guessed it right.
Do you
Good
like
job.
6, Pauline?
No comment.
Ah.
I actually saw 6 on Broadway,
Oh, wow.
and I went, huh? And it comes at you so fast, and I didn't know what to expect. It's a rock concert, basically.
Yeah.
It's very clever and very well written. I just don't ever need to see it again. I saw it back at the Tanger Center here recently, and the talent is great, but not my cup of tea.
All right.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'd pay to see in one of those rocking out one of those spiky headdresses and the sequins.
The costumes are cool. The band is hot, and the singers are skrelting the whole time,
as the kids say.
There's some lovely singing, and it's a great new show for you kids.
Right, exactly. All right, Pauline, it's your turn to guess.
Oh, dear.
This next little tunelet.
Oh, stop already. I know every lyric of every song in that show. The Sound of Music.
Ah, yes.
Thank you
DJ
for
Moi?
giving one to the old lady. I appreciate it.
I love Sound of Music. I was in Sound of Music. I'm sorry. I thought we were still in South Pacific. You conflated them in my mind earlier when you called 6 Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Yeah. Sound of Music and South Pacific are similar, but not the same. I love Sound of Music.
Yeah, and I've done that show a few times in my career, and I've been in it and directed it, and it's a generational it's never going to die. Never.
Yeah. Well,
I
it
agree.
might this summer when we do the Music Man and Erinn makes the Nazis tap dance.
Hey.
They might cancel
no.
every subsequent
The
production.
Music Man's also one of my favorites.
Did you know, Pauline, that The Music Man was the first play that I saw, and you directed it at the Little Theater? I was a wee tyke, and I saw, let's see, Christine Gorlick, I think, was
It was Marion.
Yep. And it was the first play I ever saw. So
Wow.
again, another inspirational moment.
How
From,
about
from
that?
Who was Harold in that production?
I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember. I think it was Jeff Kettner, maybe.
I don't know. So many years.
So many shows.
Wow.
I can't remember them all. But you were right about Christine.
Oh yeah, I remember her. And then I met her, and it was so exciting.
Oh, she was beautiful.
All right, Dan, can you guess this next
Maybe.
tune?
Hold your nose and close your eyes. You don't get it.
I plead ignorance due to hot sauce overload.
You don't know? Do you want to guess?
Is that Hamilton?
It is Hamilton.
This is bad. This is a bad look for me.
It's okay. We've only seen Hamilton a couple times, and
I
you
think
haven't.
you're doing great.
No, you know what? I don't need this. I can't get up. I'm wired in.
You can't leave.
Sorry.
You're wired in, and,
And
you
I'm
got
wearing
the
and I'm
horn
wearing
on your head.
and I'm wearing sweatpants.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, it's the beauty of live streaming.
Indeed.
All right, Pauline, can you name this tune?
Revolting children!
From?
Yes, Matilda.
Great
Revolting
job.
Children. That
Great
is
job.
Such a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Pauline, what's your favorite musical?
Oh, don't do that to me. No. I have a lot of favorite musicals. Favorite for many different reasons.
Makes sense.
The ones I've performed in, some of them are my favorite. I think because I grew up with this particular show that I'm going to mention. I mean, I literally sat in front of my parents' record player with the album in front of my hands and just watched the pictures and read the lyrics. And I think I know the lyrics and the lines to this production, every single one. I have indelible memories of the productions I've seen of it. And I would have to say Meredith Willson's The Music Man.
Oh, a true American
I'm
classic.
showing my age, I know, but
No,
wrong
it's a
with that.
perfect musical.
It is.
it's
He
a
said
really
that.
wonderful musical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
think
people.
it's shaped, I think it shaped who I am as a performer and as a lover of theater.
I was a band kid, and Music Man was my first musical, so it was my gateway because I was like, oh, they're playing trumpet.
See?
That's
The
all
cool
I
kids
needed.
play trumpet.
See?
Right?
Yeah.
And that was my first musical.
Wow.
When
Very
I
cool.
didn't even realize it until you said that. But yeah, I was a pick-a-little lady
Oh, perfect.
I love that.
Perfect.
when I was like 15.
Amazing.
Perfect.
And it kind of
No.
just opened up my whole world.
That's
that was
awesome.
that was the only musical my mom was ever in, and she was a pick-a-little lady. I don't know if you guys ever had that conversation over
We
the
never
years.
did, but I still have one of my hats.
Amazing.
I saved everything, Erinn.
Yeah.
That's good though, because at the end of times when you need a pick a little lady hat,
Yep.
and that's the only reason you're gonna be the only one the aliens don't take because they're gonna be like, ah,
Just remember that it was in high school, so the hat looks like a paper plate with some feathers on it.
that's great.
Amazing.
That's great. We make it go.
It ain't pretty.
We're also from the low budget create theater for young kids world, so paper plates, you know, they never got a style.
Never.
And my second favorite, since you asked, is probably Fiddler on the Roof.
Hey,
Because
that
of
was
how
my
deep,
first musical.
because of how deep the meaning of it
For sure.
is, yeah, family and stuff. So
I love that
I
show.
have so many favorites.
That was my
I
first.
love theater, by the way. Did
Directed
anybody
by
know that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! All right, Dan.
Yeah.
Can you name this tune?
I don't
Oh,
know.
we're still playing.
Can you play that again?
I sure can.
I don't know, but I'm just gonna take and guess that that's SpongeBob.
That was a great guess. However, Pauline, do you have a guess?
I have no clue. Can you play it again or not?
I sure can.
Can't tell what they're saying at the end.
No clue. I have no clue.
Anybody out in the audience know?
Make me feel stupid, why don't you?
Here's a clue. Danny Thal says you hate it, and he loves it.
Wait,
Well,
Pauline hates it?
we got
Ah.
Oh, yep, you're right.
Juicy.
one. Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
Yep. You're right, Danny.
See, good thing you prefaced this by saying I thought about making this harder because it's just so easy, and now Pauline and I are like,
Oh, I need to listen to some more contemporary musicals.
yeah, you and me
Although
both.
I am a big fan of the Sirius XM radio.
Mm.
Yes.
And they play a lot of weird things, but Beetlejuice not my favorite.
Yeah, I understand.
Ooh,
Sorry.
we both understand.
I do say that I
You know,
wish I could
it's a
have.
song about death.
I wish I could have Alex Brightman's career because he gets to play the cool, strange leading men who are comedic and off the walls and kind of like if Jim Carrey was a musical theater performer, he would have Alex Brightman's career, and I want to be Jim Carrey.
And you're musical, so there
and
you go.
are, in fact, better
Perfect.
than Jim Carrey.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
My mom would say that. My mom doesn't love Jim Carrey, but she loves Dan. Thank God.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the sitcom?
I can. I have. I wrote it.
Oh, okay.
All right. One question left for each of you. Pauline, can you name this tune?
Oh, God.
Come in with that sickening grin. How could I know?
Oh, please.
Once his teeth were bare, though I really
Excited and scared.
Nice, exactly.
For Into the Woods.
Into the Woods.
course
One
it
of
is.
my personal favorites.
Yes, I
My
did that
favorite
show at the
Sondheim.
North Carolina Theater with the likes of some big Broadway stars.
Very
And
cool.
I was, that's where I got my equity card.
Really?
Nice.
In that show?
Yeah. And it was at the North Carolina Theater, which sadly has just declared bankruptcy.
That's closed. You know, there's only one equity theater left in all of North Carolina now.
Up in the mountains?
Yeah, it's in Flat Rock
Flat
Playhouse.
Rock, yeah.
Mhm.
And
Rock.
Dan Beckman is going to be there in September.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't talked about that, have we?
No.
Doing what show?
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Jesus Christ!
My first musical was JCS.
So, Pauline, as a director, can you guess which role he's going to play?
Oh my! Oh my!
Here's a little hint. 39!
Well, good for you, Dan.
I'm psyched. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Everyone, you should come out to Flat Rock Playhouse in September.
Yeah.
I need to go out there this summer because I have a friend that's doing a show there now, or pretty soon. But it's a lovely little place.
Yeah. Well, we really liked the people out there. They created a great audition environment, and
So
all
good.
the staff seemed super warm. Lisa, the artistic director, seemed like a wonderful person.
Erinn, are you doing it too?
I am not. I did not get cast.
Now, to be fair, it
Well,
was a
you're-
season.
It's
It was a
Claire.
season of men.
It was a season of men. It was like they're doing like Cabaret and
Shawshank Redemption.
Redemption, Jersey Boys,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ Superstar. So it's like a big men season.
I kind of just went to go meet everybody anyway. But it was really fun, and I love those people.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
gonna be fun
Well,
to see.
that's wonderful. I think we need to plan a spring theater road trip.
I think that would be
Yes.
great. Everyone should come out on for a Sunday matinee because we're dark on Monday and Tuesday, and we can all go play in the mountains afterwards.
That's a great idea.
Okay, well, we're staying in the cast house.
Yes, yes, you are.
Wink, wink, wink.
Anyone's invited.
I am so excited. All right, I have one last sound, and you guys are currently tied. So whoever can shout this one out first is going to be the winner. Are you both
Pressure
ready?
is on.
It is on.
Single day, I walk down the street.
Rent,
Oh,
baby.
Excellent, Paulin Cobrda, of course, coming in clutch and sweeping the
amazing
win.
job. I think I speak for all of us when I say, Pauline,
He loves his little grat slide.
congrats.
That's so cute.
An
That
average
was
job.
so much fun, and I need to brush up some of my more contemporary musicals.
You and me both.
You did well. You did very well.
Yeah,
I
and you
wasn't
won.
sure if you would know Rent. I don't know why.
What?
Because I remember when I think didn't I teach you Take Me for What I Am or something? Or is that just something I dreamt about?
We were going to do it as a duet.
Ah, okay.
And I'm not like as familiar with Rent as a lot of people my age, because when I was a kid, Rent was like the rock and roll contemporary show that was super cool and edgy.
Yeah.
But I wasn't quite into musical theater then,
Oh, my heavens.
you know.
Pauline, he
Well,
wrote
there's a
in on
lot
whole.
of great musical theater out there, and a lot of great musical theater coming. I mean, new things that are coming,
yeah.
which is very exciting for you kids, because stories are being constantly told, and new composers are cutting their teeth and
Yep.
trying out their shows, and theater is back. And we're so excited about the future of Broadway.
Yeah. And I think what's kind of cool is there's a sort of, I'd say in music and film and theater, there's like, we've kind of pushed the medium as far as it can go in a contemporary direction. So there's a lot of like reaching back in time for film. A lot of films are being shot on old digital formats and being made to look like they were made in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Like West Side Story.
Mhm.
I loved that new West Side Story. Oh, it was
And
so good.
musical theater, I think, is now experimenting a lot more. I remember seeing Great Comet on Broadway several years back, and I went, that is the most
Ingenious.
and unlikely Broadway show that I thought I would see, because it's just so strange. And I think, things like Love 'Em or Hate 'Em, but things like Six and things like I guess Hamilton that are like challenging the format and stuff is really big right now, which I'm excited about, because those are the kinds of shows and stories that I want to watch.
And I'm with you, Pauline. I actually have heard a lot of Six music, and I'm not into it at all. But what I love about it is there's a lot of people that weren't into musical theater at all, and they're loving it. It's just like, all these live things that they do, and they're like, oh, why did they cast this superstar instead of someone else? And I'm like, you know what? If somebody is going to tune into this show because so-and-so is in the lead, great. I would love for more people to love musical theater.
Yep.
Yeah, I would too. And there's lots of great contemporary stuff coming out. I mean, you heard about the Guys and Dolls in London that is immersive, and so they took an old show and have contemporized it, and it's a big hit.
Cool.
And I hope we get it in New York so people can see it.
That'd be amazing.
See, that kind of stuff is great. I didn't hear about that, but I also haven't read the news since 2020.
Which is why he's still happy.
Something about the flavor of that year really turned me off of mass media.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
Pauline, you are the most wonderful, positive influence that I've ever had in my life. And I would love for you to embark some of your self onto our audience.
Whoosh. Oh, embark. Oh, I got it.
Which is an equally strange term.
It is.
I have no wisdom.
None?
I just try. Erinn, don't put me on the spot like this, dear. But once a teacher, always a teacher. And I think the thing I've learned to impart to you people, out there, young or old, is to embrace life, live the moment, live for the moments, put this away. This is a curse.
All of them. Don't put it away yet, though, because we're doing okay on viewership.
Oh, good, good. It's just be in the moment. Look at each other. Communicate with each other, and not just by text. Call your mother. And just enjoy life, because it goes by very fast.
Yeah.
And do the things you want to do. Don't let your lack of confidence or anybody tell you that you can't. Just keep trying and do what you want to do in this life, because it's going to go by fast, and you're going to say, well, what if? And only you can get up and go and do it.
That's so
and just, make friends like Erinn and Dan, because they enrich your life.
well. You've enriched my life beyond belief.
Yep.
Beyond belief.
And I was grateful to meet you a couple years ago, and now I'm honored to call you my friend.
I am honored to, both of you. I'm so proud of you all and what you're doing, and you're making a difference in the world. And when we go and leave this earth, if we can say that we did something positive and made people happy, or entertained them, or did their laundry now and then, then we can say we made a difference in the world.
Absolutely.
I agree completely.
Absolutely.
I was leaving a Sheetz yesterday, gas station, and I picked up a piece of plastic off the ground and I put it in the trash can and I said, "Make the world a better place." And Dan rolled his eyes and gagged.
I didn't. I was like, you have to say that on our stream now, because that's why we do good deeds, so we can brag about them on social.
No, but as long as you said it loud enough so somebody else heard you, and maybe they'll pick up on it.
So true. Yeah. The ripples and all that.
The ripples.
And appreciate each other. I think, people don't realize that they're appreciated, and we need to tell them out loud that, you don't have to say I love you to everybody, because we don't love everybody, but you can say I appreciate you, or I appreciate what you've done. And I think that's just so important to hear.
So true.
And when you make an impact on somebody, and Erinn, your words touch me, and I still can't believe it, but you feel good about yourself. When you realize you've made a difference in somebody's life, or somebody's day, or a moment when you walk past somebody on the street and say, "You look so pretty today," or "Oh, your children are beautiful," or you can make their whole day better.
It's so easy to find those compliments too. It's so easy to find the good.
But do make sure you choose the right person to whom you compliment their children. Because that tends not to go well for me.
Yeah.
You look pretty.
Well, you're creepy looking.
Oh, Lord. On that note, Pauline, we love you more than anything.
Thanks for being here.
Yep. Thank you.
I had a blast, except for that one time when I didn't know that song. But I thank you so very, very much. I hope you have a great rest of the week. I hope your listenership increases every week until you are superstars.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
And then you can come back and you can say, "Look, my wish came true."
Yep.
It all started with one ripple.
See? One little kiss.
Mwah. Love
Bye,
you, Pauline.
love you.
I do love her.
Yeah, she's the best.
Yeah. And she says I say that to everybody, and I don't.
You do. I was going to say that too.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't say that. I just slammed.
Let me rephrase. You don't say it to anybody that you don't feel it for.
That's true.
But you feel it for everybody.
I do not feel that people have shaped me. I do feel that I love people.
That's what I meant.
Oh,
I thought that's what you
great.
were talking about.
No, I was talking about.
Because I crossed my fingers when she says, "You don't say I love you to everybody," and I was like,
I do say I love you to everybody because I do love everybody, and that's okay. but
This
very
is
few
not
people
working for me
have
anymore.
shaped me the way that Pauline has. Pauline shaped me. My daddy shaped me. My daddy shaped a lot of me. You've shaped me, but much later in life.
And more aggressively through sheer force of will.
Okay, you guys, speaking of shaping, I'm so glad you've stuck with us because we have something to share with you.
What is it?
So, Letters from Home last year did a 50 states tour, as
First
many
of all,
of
if
you
you
know.
don't know what Letters from Home is,
Oh,
it's
yes.
our USO-inspired tap dancing vaudeville duo that
Yes.
travels and entertains for veterans and everybody. But
Yeah. And last year we traveled to all 50 states from January until May, and we traveled with a team, including a documentarian who filmed many things along the way. And we are putting together a documentary that is going to be out next year. And we are so excited about this. Tomorrow morning, we are Thursday morning. I got my dates mixed up. We are starting a campaign, and we put together this tiny little fundraising video that has a little bit of clippage from the video, never before seen footage from anyone, and you're the first to see it. Check it out.
Hello, I'm Dan Beckman.
I'm Erinn Durth.
And together we are Letters from Home.
Letters from Home is a nationally acclaimed song and dance duo inspired by the USO acts of the 1940s through the 1970s, aimed at entertaining veterans worldwide.
LFH has performed over 1,100 shows in its lifetime, including performances at the nation's capital, Oshkosh Air Show, the National World War II Museum, and even in Normandy, France for the 75th anniversary of D-Day.
Last year, we successfully completed a 50-state tour, performing in each of the 50 states in just a 4-month period of time.
We traveled with a documentarian with the hopes of capturing the excitement and the emotion of this tour, the beauty of the United States of America, and the impact that this show has on the lives that it touches.
This documentary is now in post-production, and we need support from backers like you to help give life to this project.
This is a film that centers on themes of legacy, and it shows that the splash that we make today can change the world with its ripples for generations to come.
Through rousing musical performance, off-the-cuff road trip B-roll, and tear-jerking moments of interpersonal connection, we truly hope that this film will take you on the same unforgettable journey that we experienced while visiting all of our 50 states.
Our goal for this documentary is that it will embolden viewers with the same messages of hope and positivity that Letters from Home brings to its live audiences, as well as offer a behind-the-scenes look at the comfort it brings to those it serves to honor.
Please consider donating to this project so that Letters from Home can continue its mission to inspire empathy, foster positivity, and unite the nation through love and music.
Thank you very, very much. And we will see you on release day.
I am so excited about this film.
I am too.
Multiple times Dan has been editing in his editing hole.
She puts me in there and she won't let me come out. She doesn't let me eat.
Look, he lost his unicorn horn.
Yeah.
Mine's natural, so I have to put mine away.
You could tell because she was all...
I have to shave it off. No, Dan, no. But we do not touch my horn without my consent.
May I touch your horn?
No. Of course you can. Here.
No,
just
you
take
know
the
what?
whole thing.
I don't even want to anymore. The wedding's off. The marriage is off.
Too late, man. You signed, sealed, and delivered.
Yeah, but I thought you said something in your vows
done.
about full access to your horn.
Oh, well, I think I missed that part.
Well, I guess I was at the wrong wedding.
Anyway, Dan has been in his editing hole. It really is. I know that sounds like a funny word, but when this man goes in to focus on something, he literally disappears. I will bring him food and he won't eat it. And then I will sit there and I will put it in his mouth where he won't eat because he focuses so much.
That's why I keep up this this sort of like hollowed out Slenderman physique.
I like your physique. But anyway, I will just start crying because some of these clips are really amazing. And I haven't seen so many of them. Jack, our documentarian, filmed so many veterans and people talking about the show and reactions. And like, it's going to be really cool. And I hope that it is a very uniting thing. I hope that it's something that not just shows about our journey. That's just the vessel, but I hope that people will actually feel united after they watch it and
actually
be
kind of
inspired.
what Pauline was talking about is sort of the central tenet of the show, the film, which is an idea of legacy and how you can change the world today and it will affect generations of people for the better. So hopefully we'll get that message across, but not without donations from viewers like you.
Yeah, in just a couple days, take a peekadoodle at that, and it's going to be really great. In the meantime, you be a Pauline in someone's life today. I hope that you can go be inspiring, go down the road and tell somebody they have a nice shirt.
Or that their kids are whatever she said.
And you know what? If you don't feel like you're making a difference, if you just stop and reflect for a few moments, I promise you've changed someone's life probably today.
You know what? You've changed our life just by being here.
Yeah. Thank you guys for sticking with us. We actually went over by a whole 15 minutes today.
Wow. 9:15.
It is.
Past my bedtime.
It is. But we love you and we hope you'll be kind to each other. And we hope that we will see you next week right here on Erinn and Dan. But it's live.
Tuesday, 8 p.m. Be here. Follow us. Smash that like and subscribe button. Help us out with the algorithm. And don't forget to get nice and close to the microphone.
That's right. Good night.